Hey, welcome back to Good Day. So it's not exactly an underground movement, but not widely known to a lot of us. It's something called the Makerspace movement. A big one is coming to Fort Worth, and Mark Hatch is kind of the godfather of the movement, the Maker Movement Manifesto author. So what is, in very simple terms, what is a makerspace?
So makerspace is typically 2,000 to 3,000 square feet, and in it we have incredibly powerful, easy to use tools enabling people to build their dreams. Like whatever they come up with, they'll be able to come in, use the tools, learn how to use them, and actually make things.
So I joked about, I was the guy who did not take wood shop in high school, but I wish I had. Our son-in-law is one who did take wood shop in high school, and he's actually taking advantage of a makerspace here in North Texas. It's the kind of tools I could not fit in my garage or afford to buy.
No, I mean, you're not going to have an 8-foot wide panel saw that costs $10,000.
Right.
You may have a little 3D printer, but you're not going to have a big, huge table saw that's $7,000. Most importantly, what you're not going to have is a community of hundreds of people who share the same kind of passion, working with you side by side, trying to help you get your projects done.
So I can finally learn without cutting off a couple of thumbs how to use that.
We actually have tools now that won't allow you to do that. So,
yeah.
so woodshop is safe now.
Now, are we looking at a couple of projects?
We're looking at a couple of projects that have come out of some spaces across the U.S. Probably the most famous one is this one here. So Square came out of a
really?
tech shop location in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
James McKelvey, the founder, came in, learned how to use the tools,
right.
built the prototypes,
yep.
and then launched a company as a result.
And I can now, if I have a little business, a home business, I can take
anybody now can take American Express, Discover,
yeah.
You name it. I mean, it's actually quite transformative.
Right.
This one is also very exciting. This was a portable incubation blanket. With some Stanford kids came up with the idea, and what they're trying to do is reduce the number of deaths in third worlds from children that can't get to an incubator quickly enough.
Right.
This blanket and Jane and her team have already saved 250,000 kids around the world. We are living in the most exciting time of all of human history. There's an explosion of creativity and innovation.
And what's going on in Fort Worth is even more exciting because there's an entire community being built around
building an entire community around it.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So it's Walsh Ranch. It's about 15 minutes outside of Fort Worth. It'll start with 1,500 homes, and I suspect we're going to attract not only in North Texas, but possibly across the United States, people who really are interested in making things and giving their kids access to these kinds of tools.
How does it pay for itself? Because certainly you're not going to buy the wood for me to go.
No, I'm sure there'll be a monthly dues
right.
of some kind. The HOA will cover some of it. It's pay as you go. But these tools are so cheap today relative to where they were. These things often self-fund.
Absolutely amazing stuff. Thanks for coming in to make it work.
Thank you.
In Fort Worth. And we've got a link with more information on fox40news.com and to that development in Fort Worth as well. More